In this video I will go through my brand new Harley Benton Telecaster, and if you follow my channel, this shape and guitar will look very familiar. That is because it is exactly the same model as my surf green one. This is the TE62. The reason to why I bought exactly the same guitar but in another color, obviously, is that I love the Telecaster shape, but mostly I really love their D-neck. It's very natural in my hand when I'm playing. If you compare that to the Fusion 3 neck, which I unfortunately don't like. Besides that, the Fusion 3 is everything I love in the guitar, but I can't stand the neck. So, but this D-neck feels very natural in my hand. But there's another reason to why I bought this one, which I will come back to later in this video. But first, let's run through the main specs of the guitar. We start with the top. You have Clusen tuners, non-locking. You have a plastic nut. You have my favorite feature of the guitar, is that roasted maple neck, or they call it caramel maple neck. That's basically the same, with the roasted stripe here in the middle. It looks and feels really good. You also have a roasted maple fretboard. The scale is 648 millimeters. Doesn't say too much. In inches it's this. You have fret radius of 305 millimeters, which in inches are this. You have 21 frets, not stainless steel frets, of course, not in this price range. They feel okay. I actually think that they feel a little bit better than on my other TE62, so pretty nice. The pickups are Alnico pickups, Roswell branded. You have one volume, one tone, and a three-way switch. The pickguard, I don't know if the camera get that. It's not white, it's mint green, which I think looks okay. Of course, you have that hardtail bridge, and the color is the fantastic shell pink. What I was very curious about was to compare this one with my other one and see if there were any main differences for the quality control. And I must say the first one was fine. The color was great. The frets were okay, but not more. The fret ends were a little bit rough and everything was not as plain. So far these are very nice edges, and so far I have not noticed any fret buzz or anything on this one. So I must say this is even better than my first guitar. So I have no problem with Harley Benton's quality control. Every guitar I've gotten from them are really good. You see, it is so new. I have had this one for about a week. Even the plastic is still on it. I will remove that later. This is one of the best things. Okay, so the other main reason to why I bought this guitar is I want to try to mod this to more like a metal guitar. I love metal, but I don't like too metal looking guitars that's black pointy shapes. I love more dead rock guitars. So what I will do, I will try to mod this as much as I can to add some humbuckers, 1 or 2, locking tuners, change the nuts, and see if I can get some cool metal tones out of this one. So if you want to find out how a modded Harley Benton Telecaster will look like and how you can do it, don't forget to subscribe. And as always, thank you for watching, and I wish you a great day. I'm going to show you which kind of replacements you can very easily do in this beautiful Harley Benton Telecaster. So which kind of replacements are a drop-in fit, and which kind of mods you need to do some kind of adjustment on. I will lift the pickguard up, and at the end I will discuss what I will do to turn this into a more metal machine. Let's go. So we will start from the top and then we will work ourselves down, starting with the tuners. And it's very important to know that these are only 8 millimeters in diameters. If you want to replace this one with modern locking tuners, you will have to make them larger. The standard for modern locking tuners are 10 millimeters in width, so you have to take a roamer and just make the holes larger. Then the modern locking tuners will fit perfectly. So if you're looking for a drop-in replacement, you have to look for more like a vintage type of locking tuners. I will link to a pair above here. Otherwise, that is the only way to go to have more like a drop-in replacement. If you're looking for locking tuners, just this. Going down to the string trees, of course, this is a very easy to replace with whatever you want. The nut itself feels and looks very cheap. Also, it's a very easy replacement with a tusk nut. That too is sort of a drop-in replacement. You might have to sand it a little bit, but it's very easy. Next we come to the pickups, but first a very important step. So now I'm gonna lift up the pickguard and see how it looks beneath. Okay, let's take a look. So as you can see, it only fits a single coil. So if you want to have something else in here, you have to reroute in here. Of course, change the pickguard as well. If you just want to replace the pickguard, note there are 8 screws here, which I guess is more like a fender style, which is very good. We look at the control layout here. Look like this. Must say it looks very spacious, so you probably can fit most other controls here. I suppose even if you want a push-pull type, I think that will fit in here. You can see here the routing isn't the cleanest, but well, it doesn't really matter, right? Never liked this one. Feel like they all stuck here under the knob. So annoying. 1 second. See? This is not as satisfying. Lastly, let's check out the bridge. How that look beneath. Okay, ready? Now we can see the ground here. And of course, there's no place here for something bigger like a humbucker. So if you want to replace this altogether, you have to route this area as well. And regarding that, what are my plans for this one? Well, I will actually do exactly that. I will replace this pickup with a humbucker, a bare knuckle Ragnarok humbucker. So I need to reroute this area here and also replace the bridge. I actually have the bridge here. It's just a Harley Benton, but I have replaced the saddles. We will come up on how we did that shortly. And this is a drop-in replacement for the bridge. So the only thing I need to do is to remove all this one, open up it here, then install this one. So hopefully this will be pretty straightforward and hopefully helpful to you guys if you want to make the same adjustment. What I also will do, I will replace all this control layout with Obsidian wires kit. I will exchange this neck pickup with something more modern. I think about a blade pickup here. I will of course update the nut to a tusk nut. I will update the string trees to probably some more modern solution, and the tuners will be replaced by go-to locking tuners. So I will need to roll this out. I will make a video of that so you can see how it is done. Hopefully that will help you guys as well. And that's about it. So locking tuners and making a humbucker will be the biggest adjustment on this guitar. So if you are interested in modding a Harley Benton Telecaster, don't forget to subscribe to see how this turns out. And as always, thank you for watching and have a great day. Today I'm going to show you how you very easily can make this cheap bridge, this is a Harley Benton, and make it look and feel and work as more a high-end bridge. And this is how you do it. I'm going to exchange all the saddles to these ones. These are graphtech string savers. And their big selling point is that black thing in the front is supposedly made of PTFE, which is supposed to be the slipperiest saddles on earth. Sounds great, right? And that will reduce string friction at the saddles and eliminating string breakage. So that sounds like a no-brainer, but how do you install them? Just do like this. So this is everything you get in the box, and what you basically need to install them is this one, an ordinary screwdriver. As you can see, you have two kinds of screws. This one already pre-installed are shorter, this is longer. As this is supposed to be for both tails and struts, this makes it a little more easy to fit them all. So as you can see, this is the Telecaster bridge, and this is a little bit too short. So we'll first need to change this screw to the longer ones. And now you can see that they are at the same length. To remove these old bridges, just use a screwdriver and screw them off. So now it's clean, Telecaster, short one. Take the longer one, put it here, add a spring. Then you can just screw this back on. So very quick and easy. Finally the time where we can take the next step in my transformation of this pink Telecaster from a stand Telecaster to a metal machine. And the first step will be I need to reroute the bridge part to fit a humbucker. Hi, Dave from the future here, and as it turned out there was a little bit more to it than I first thought, like I did in the intro of the video here. But for now, just let's say that it's a little bit too easy to be too friendly with the drill. More of that later. Now back to happy day. So that will be the first step, and as long as everything is off, I will also take the opportunity to change this control plate into an obsidian wire. But the first step is take everything off, and then I need to route it out some way. I have never done that, this will be the first time, so well, let's do this together, shall we? Firstly, I need to remove all the strings. Well, but that's not so exciting, is it? So let's jump a bit forward. And a quick tip, a tip I found online, after you removed all the strings, tie them like this. It's so convenient to have them bundled together. After that, I need to remove the bridge to make some space. And there it is. I have no fancy tools or routers, so I just used an ordinary drilling machine like this one. Unfortunately, the drill really affected the camera stand because it's very wobbly here. So I will spare you some headache. I jump forward again. And here is the final result. Not the cleanest, but I think it will work. As I haven't changed the neck pickup, I will just install it again like this. But it's important to have it the right way, not upside down. Now to the fun part. I will install the obsidian wire Telecaster bridge. And it feels pretty rigid, and I will show you how to install it shortly. And the advantage with these are that they are solderless. So instead of using solder to attach the cables, you just use these holes instead. You also have a pretty in-depth manual on the homepage and included when you got the bridge delivered as well, or just to help you attach everything. The options are pretty extensive. To attach a cable, it's important that you curl it up so it's it's pointy, and use a small screwdriver, for example, to press down and then insert the cable at about 45 degrees angle. Now it's done. It's very easy and fast and pretty straightforward. So I did that for all my cables, and after that you just screw it back on. And here's the final result. Well, I thought it was. The problem started when I put some strings on. It actually forced the bridge or the pickup to get closer to the strings, and then it really got tilted, as you can see here. And it was impossible to get lower, so I couldn't get the correct string height from the strings to the bridge. So what was the problem? Well, you can see now it pretty much fixed. I actually went to the Harley Benton modding Facebook group. They were really helpful. I took all their tips to heart, and you see I solved it, but there were one downside, and you can't see it here, but you can see it here. I don't know, it's not that obvious, right? So yeah, I went a little bit too crazy with the drill bit here. It doesn't affect the tones, of course, or the playability, but it looks a little bit funny. So I'm actually thinking about opening everything up here to both to see how it looks under the humbucker, and also just making sure that it has all the space it needs to move around in here. And afterwards I probably will just add like a sticker or a plate to cover this whole area up. So, and I haven't actually told you guys what kind of pickup this is. This is a bare knuckle Ragnarök, and Ragnarök is the Swedish. Well, you are probably more used to hear Ragnarok. Ragnarök is the Swedish name. I think it looks cool, all blacked out. Oh, sorry, oh, my monitor is going crazy here. And it sounds really cool. I will give you some tones and show you what a metal Harley Benton Telecaster sound like. By the way, if you like content like this, I will do a lot more videos about Harley Benton gear. So please consider subscribing. Thank you. I can't talk today. if you like Harley Benton, I think you really like this playlist up here. And I already talk about Harley Benton guitars. See you there. In my quest to turn this Harley Benton T62 into a metal machine, I made a small mistake. Maybe you can see it here. It's a tiny hole here. And my thinking is this, that I will, now when I've done this mistake, I will try to open this up to make even more space for my humbucker. So as you can see here, it's not entirely flat, so I think it's still a bit too tight in here. So I will take my drill and make this hole, well, as big as a humbucker. Then we can see how it looks from underneath. I think that will be pretty cool, and afterwards I will somehow cover this up with a plate or something else. Let's go. So obviously this didn't go quite as planned. I got the humbuckers right, but it does look, you know, awful. So do you think this is, can I solve this, or do I need to get a replacement? Give your ideas in the comments below, and if you want to see more about this cool project, I will link somewhere up here to the entire playlist. You can see all the videos about this journey to make this metal humbucker. Have a great day. I'm going to cover up this little hole, and to my help I'm going to have this leftover pickguard and some magnets. Let's see how that turns out. These are the magnets I will use to attach everything. I will use a small screw to attach it to the guitar body. To get the little plates on the correct spot on my plastic, I will just put them on the hole where they should be later on. Put a drop of glue on each plate. Hopefully when I put the plastic on, they will glue on to the correct spot automatically. If it works, let's find out. Now to test my theory, will it work? Will I still stick on the correct spot? Not really. But now I can just see it on the glue residues on the plastic where they should be. So I just will glue them onto the correct spot directly. Now it looks like this. Pretty good and neat. Now let's see if it fits the body. It does. I think it looks a lot better now than before. What do you think? Comment below.